Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day. It is Saturday morning, and on my lap, I have a very, very nervous round boy. The very, very thick Thigmo, short, of course, for Thigmotaxis. Thigmotaxis is that process by which creatures like hamsters and mice, they don't like wide open areas, and they freeze in open areas, and they like areas that they can hide behind things. And so that's why hamsters and mice, they will hide behind things and then stare out behind the thing to look at you. And that's Thigmotaxis. And that's why his name is Thigmo. Also, Janus, but that's because he's a sweetheart. He's just an absolute sweetheart. He is a good little guy. He's gotten less nervous. He's still nervous, as you saw, but he's a sweetheart. So I'm going to put him back in his cage, and I'm going to let him go back to sleep, and that'll be good. So come on, little guy. Let's get you back into your cage so you can go back to rest. You are a good little guy. Thank you so much. He is nervous. He is a very nervous little guy, but he's so much less nervous than he used to be. I mean, even at that. So he was massively nervous before. I'm glad he's doing better now. A very, very good thing. Down here, of course, little Gojira, she's doing fine, and little Dr. Snurf and Saber against the wall, both of my other little hamsters, doing really, really good. Definitely a good thing. The other night, in fact last night, which was I guess the other night, last night when I was over there feeding them, when I lifted up the top of his cage so that I could give him food, Dr. Snurf was running on his wheel. So that's a good thing. He hasn't stopped doing that. Very, very good. It's just a quieter wheel. And he runs on his wheel, and I'd love to get her a wheel. Maybe I need to get her the disc. But right now, if I got her something to stand on, she'd be able to like climb up far enough, she'd be able to get out. And she'd be able to figure it out how to do it. So I need something that she can run on that's not something that she can get out of her cage with, if you know what I mean. Past that, though, the hamsters are doing well. Amelia Kitty is doing very, very good. She's a happy cat. It's a good thing. Yesterday, I startled him, I think. Yesterday, I was not able to go walkies. It was raining hard. Pretty much every time I had a free time, it was raining hard. And then by the time I was done with videos and the rest of the night was free, it was just like all the water in the world was falling out of the sky. It was wet. And I didn't want to go walkies in that because I don't want to get wet and cold and all that. Now I gotta tug on my shirt again. Try and make sure it fits and hangs properly. Yeah. So I didn't go walkies. Now I've noticed something here that's a bad thing. See, my back, with now no opiates in my system at all, my back has regressed to like 2008, 2009, where if I'm sitting improperly in my chair, that can mean a very, very bad rest of the night because the nerve damage in my back has caused restless leg syndrome. And if I don't sit properly and get proper back support, that night I'm not going to be able to sleep because I'm going to have a restless leg all night. When I go walkies, from here to Walmart and back, that is an hour to get there, it's 3 miles, an hour to get back, 3 miles. When I get back, I am broken. It hurts so bad just to bend to sit down. My legs are killing me, my back is killing me, my pelvis structure is just hurting because your sacrum is like that big block that your spine sits on. And then your sacrum attaches to the rest of your pelvis with 2 joints on the side. And for whatever reason, these 2 joints have just been hell ever since I got injured back in 2003. And even before that, it wasn't good. So those joints where my sacrum attaches to the rest of my pelvis always feel like they're just welded together with, molten metal that's never cooled down. And when I go walkies, I can't even touch my lower back because those 2 joints are screaming so loud. And my back is killing me, my shoulder, as I've said, from the top of my shoulder to my spine and down to the bottom of my rib cage, that side just is killing me because of my scoliosis and everything shoved forward. Nothing sits properly. If I pull my shoulder back so that it's the way it should be, it actually partially occludes the artery going into this arm. So if I pull my arm back the way it's supposed to, I'm cutting off the blood supply. I can immediately feel the difference, and it starts changing color because the blood's not flowing properly. So there's not a whole ton I can do. Nights that I walk to Walmart and back, generally not a good night. Last night I didn't go walkies. Slept great. Previous night I went walkies. Couldn't sleep. Well, that's not good, because I need to keep walking to keep my heart healthy. If I stop walking, I'm going to get unhealthy again, and I am, going to be turning 57 this year. I can't afford to play games with my cardiac health. People in their 30s die of cardiac issues because of ill health and such. I'm pushing 60 here. I can't afford to play games with my heart, especially with the amount of times I've fallen asleep before and even lately without my sleep mask on. And I have central apnea, sleep apnea, so my brain just forgets to tell my lungs to breathe. And so when I fall asleep, like here in my chair, I'll just stop breathing. And that is a tremendous strain on your heart and your brain. You may not have a heart attack today, but that every time is just another straw on the camel's back. And one of those times you're going to fall asleep, you're going to stop breathing, and that's the last straw. Snap. So I want to avoid that, which means I need to keep going walkies. But I'm not going to be able to sleep on those nights. So I think I'm going to have to go walkies every other night. I'm going to try this. I'm going to actually test it because I'm just going on recollection right now. But my recollection is only for like 2 weeks back now, because it's only been about 2 weeks I've been off opiates. So it's not like I'm forgetting things from months or years back. It's only like 2 weeks ago. And from my recollection, going walkies, back hurting, legs killing me, not a good night. So I am going to talk to my primary care provider about my back as well, because that's not good, but opiates aren't good. So I don't know. Joyous though. Past that, just surviving. I've been, just editing. I did a lot of editing and then just trying to find things to do last night. I finished up here about 5 o'clock, which was when it was like really raining hard. And then for the rest of the night, I couldn't go walkies because it was raining. So I just watched videos, played games. And sorry, I'm slurring around these dentures again today. Sometimes I wish I had implants, because then I could feel my teeth move again instead of being like chewing on these weird devices inside of my head. But life is life. I can't afford the money. Yay! On the other hand, I did have on Friday a session with my counselor, or was it Thursday, Friday? No, I can't remember. It was Thursday, wasn't it? Yeah, because I had my appointment at 2 o'clock. But it was a video call, and it isn't exactly the same, because to look at my therapist, I'd have to look down at the window, but my camera's up there, so I wouldn't be looking at my therapist. So I had to look up here and not get any visual clues. And the video quality wasn't the best. And when I spoke, there was an appreciable delay. So, but at least it was better than nothing. So at least I did that. But I can't remember why I originally brought that up. Oh yeah. It was because of my emotional crisis and then having my counseling thing. I've been making phone calls. There's a 2-series set of phone calls I have to use to get my food stamps turned back on. I did the first part. I got the confirmation number. The second part, I just need to call up DSHS, give them the confirmation number. They will have an over-the-phone call interview with me, and if successful, they will just turn my card back on. And then that'll be good, because at least I'll have some money, hopefully, to last the rest of the month. Because I don't have any food money. I don't have any money. I spent the last of my money. I only had like $7 and I spent that. So that's it. I have nothing except hopefully food stamps on Monday. Or they have the electronic benefits card, which is what we have. You know, it's a little like, looks like a debit card. You just use that instead of, you know, stamps and stuff. So, thumbs up for that. I just gotten too used to eating. Eating is good. It's important. I mean, your body needs to do it. If you don't eat long enough, your body will fall into what's known as a negative nitrogen balance, and you cannot heal at that point. If you get cut, your cut will never heal as long as you are in a negative nitrogen balance. And the only way to do that is to eat. One of the important things I learned as a nurse's aide way back when is how important it is to get your demented geriatric patients to actually eat. Because it's so hard to get demented people to do the right thing at the right time, because their brains are broken. And so you got to feed them, because otherwise they're going to go into a negative nitrogen balance. And every time they get hurt, they'll never heal. And if they can't move well enough, like we had somebody who was on one of these sand beds, and this is back in the early 90s, so I don't even know what they have now. But it was literally sand with air being pushed up, warm air going through the sand. And that was her mattress, because she had these pressure sores on both sides of her hips. So she couldn't lay on those, but she couldn't just lay on one side. So they had to give her this air thing to keep her suspended. But the problem was she wasn't eating. No matter how much we tried to get her to eat, she was very thin and just wouldn't eat. So negative nitrogen balance. So you gotta eat, even if you're anorexic, just for your health. I mean, I know if you've got bad anorexia and you're really, really thin, it's like alcoholism or any other horrific addiction. You're on a ride to death. So being told, you know, you're going to not heal, it's like, well, maybe I'll hurry up and die faster. I don't know. I fight anorexia myself, so thumbs up for that. Every time my weight starts edging closer to 190 from 180, all the anorexia bells start screaming in my head, so yay! Not really. Anorexia is not a good thing, and I, unfortunately, with all my mental issues, picked that one up when I got really, really sick. And so I've been fighting my anorexia ever since then. When I went from 325 to 160 pounds. I like weighing as little as I do, because when I was like 240 to 280, not good. The problem is, of course, I've got an extra large skin suit now on a medium-sized body, and that skin's never gonna go away. Yay. Because I don't have money like people like Boogie. I mean, complaining about how he only gets 8 or 9 million views on a video. 8 or 9 million? If I break 400, wow, that's incredible. So, yay. Still, life is life. I'm just doing my best to survive with my hamsters and my situation. I gotta call up the VA and the VA hub and the VA social workers on Monday. A lot of stuff to try and do. I'm not gonna be able to get it all done in one day with my mental issues and all. It's gonna take all week to get all my calls done. But once I get those done, then they'll be out of the way. Because once I started and realized that I had an issue and cleaned up in here entirely, and I've been able to make phone calls and do things that I need to do. As I talked to my therapist about that, and I said I had emotional crises, I had this happening and this happening, and I did this and I did this, and he said, you've done the right thing. You realized you were having an issue, you identified what the problems were, you fixed up some of your issues to get back on the right track. You're doing the right things. Yeah, in some cases I need to hurry up, like figure out what to do with a housing situation with my money, because I can't stay afloat living here. Life is life. And I have opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them afterward, as many as I can. There's a lot of comments, so I can't get to them all. I'm going to read as many as I can. Thumbs up each one I do. Answer, well, as many as I can, but I can't spend all day in there. No, so thumbs up on that. And I'm not, no. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. We're just not good at that sort of thing. And even though I count an American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, brain damage from my alcoholism, depression, widower brain, and more, I'm lucky I can remember that my name is not Rutherford. I cannot say the name on the first try, and I don't know why. That's kind of annoying. Rutherford P. Farquhar. Excuse me. Let me call my Chrome. We have Magic M, greatly appreciated. Chris with an apostrophe, thumbs up and thank you. D Watcher, thank you very, very much. Chris Desaden, ooh, I bet I'm nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. And Naniki-san, thank you very much. Danny DZN, thank you very, very much. And Ethan67, greatly appreciated. Lata Datar, I bet I'm nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. And Andy Betts, greatly appreciated. Ice Damon, always appreciated. Pandora NYC1, thank you so very much. And James Hayes, thank you. WTF is going on? I ask myself that so often. Jordan Woodland, greatly appreciated. Matthew Mata, thumbs up and thank you. Taco Time Gaming, how about that? And Darby, greatly appreciated. The Internet Dude, thumbs up and thank you. LSD03, boy, I'm nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. Dom Falvo, greatly appreciated. Russian Timing, thumbs up and thank you. Alex Davies, greatly appreciated. Ramkokles, boy, I bet I'm nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. Arav Patel, thank you very, very much. And last but not least, Peeping Zanarchy. Heck of a name with an X there for the Zanarchy part. Thank you, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, you know, in a text form, but that's okay. It's better than nothing. I mean, I don't know anybody in real life. I don't know how to make friends. I'll doubt I'll ever meet anyone again. I don't know where to meet people. I don't know how. Thumbs up for that. If you can check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. I'm always circling the drain of financial disaster, especially this month. I'm over negative 300 in my checking account. If you could help, that would be very, very awesome. Now, if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence, a definite thumbs up. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be cool, very awesome. I would understand if you didn't want to, but if you are down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. About next Tuesday, I think that is. Well, son of a gun. Yeah, I've just got my life going on. And it's not much of a life. I mean, this is it. This is it. When I wake up in the morning, I come in here, I start waking up so I can make videos, and then I edit and I render, and I make another video, and then I edit and render, and I make another video, and I edit and render. Well, the way is I make one video, and I split it into two pieces. So I've got to edit and render the video I made yesterday, and then edit and render the first half of another video today. So that's 3 videos, and by the time I'm done, it's around 6 o'clock, and so I go out walkies, and then I come back and I play games and watch videos and go to sleep. Or try to, at the very least. So my life is small and boring, and I don't know how to meet people, and that's okay for right now. For right now. I don't want to get too comfortable. Comfort equals stagnation. Stagnation equals death. And in my case, comfort is always when the hammer has come down and altered my life for the rest of my life in a very unpleasant fashion. So I don't like comfort. It scares me. I'm always waiting for the big hammer to fall. But I got this video as stated, something else coming up. I'm gonna have another thing coming up. I still have that walkies video I gotta get ready. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and thank you so very much once again for watching my daily morning vlog. I'm bubble sorting my brain so that I can function properly for the rest of the day. It is appreciated.